Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. All right, Taurus, very clearly here, you're wanting to get past a difficult situation, I think, for most of you. And the only way to do that, though, is to look at what we have actually been giving to something versus what we've been receiving here. Because you're only going to get out of something what you put into it. And if you're wanting to get past a difficult situation, then maybe we need to look at what we're giving to something here. But we also have to be careful about the value of it and if you're paying too high of a price. So the right way, learning to create what you desire, and then you have exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts is like the equal give and take. It's a Six of Pentacles type of feel here. It's about giving and receiving, trade-offs, weighing the costs, determining value. But the protection message there kind of stuck out to me because it talks about being careful about what you wish for, right? Because you just might get it, but is the cost going to be too high? But that's only because we're wanting to get past a situation. You may have to pay a really high price to get past a difficult situation in your life, because the right way is talking about wanting to break through to the other side of a situation or to make a transition. So we're wanting to create things in the right way, but the thing is you can't continue to give if you're not going to get anything out of it that's going to help move you past what's been going on, right? So that's why I think we're looking at the right way. Equal give and take. If there's not enough equal give and take, then maybe that's not the right way to get through out of this situation. It has a feeling of, things went the way that they did, but we want to get past this now. But if you feel like the only way to get past it is to give a part of yourself that you just can't give right now, then maybe that's not the right way to create, like closure in a situation, so to speak. Because value is going to be important here. Is it really worth giving that much to, where it's going to be a price that you just can't pay later on? Now, this kind of showed some more difficulty going on here. So the full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. Now, I look at that as, absolutely authenticity and being real with yourself when it comes to what you desire. Now, the first thing that it says is be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. That stuck out to me with what you pulled there. Because if you're paying too high of a price, then maybe the breakthrough on the situation isn't going to happen the way that you expect. Maybe it is time to move on. It also says, don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. And then a situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. But that unexpected turn may bring you back into harmony with who you really are here. So I think that for a lot of you, this is going to be about you needing to get into a place where you feel like you can manage a situation that is going on in your life. But I also think that some of you may be fearing that the truth is going to cause a very painful ending here. But if you're really honest with the way that you feel, then, maybe that needs to happen in order for there to be, this overall security and stability. So now you are coming from the world. So closure. Needing to take those next steps to get closure on a situation before you can see another opportunity come through. Although I do think that this Ace of Pentacles is talking about possibly an opportunity from the past that is coming back through for some of you. Now, for sure, this could have to do with work here. And for a lot of you, it's, you needing to be confident in yourself and your ability to make things happen here with the Queen of Wands. Take advantage of an opportunity. But there is like this direct honesty that's kind of coming through with this King of Cups. So I think that this is about an opportunity about what is going to be, practical and realistic here when it comes to dealing with someone in particular. Male, female, you got water, fire going on. But with the King of Cups, like I said, and then with the Knight of Swords, this is like somebody who is being very honest and very truthful about the way that they feel. And they are coming from a place where they understand their emotions. Now, unfortunately, though, it kind of puts you in a position where you may have to look at things a little bit differently when it comes to how not only you see yourself in this situation, but how you see the other person here. Because I think that this is actually an opportunity for something better for you. With the Ten of Swords being hopes and fears here, I think that you don't want things to end in a very painful way. I think that what you're wanting to do is just get closure on the situation with the world. And I think that it is there for you. And I think that there is a way to create, you know, a successful completion here with a situation, with either a job or with a person here. But I kind of look at this as, you know, you're going to have to focus on, you know, your ability to take control of the situation with the Queen of Wands for sure. But you also need to feel good about yourself with this situation. And I think that the only way that we're going to be okay is by having honesty in a very direct way. It may not be fun to hear, but it is going to change your perspective with the Hangman. Although I think that it's going to put your life on hold for a minute. I think that you're not really ready to kind of like make that like choice or to take that action to end a situation, because it's not exactly what you wanted to have to do. But the thing is I'm still looking at this Ace of Pentacles coming through to you. So there is an opportunity here that I don't know that you're seeing, but I think that you're not going to have a choice but to take it and to make the most of it. And it looks like you do. With the Four of Wands, I look at that as like rebuilding your life. You know, an accomplishment here, getting to a place of stability. But this looks like a situation is going to be ending here. And it may be that we need to be direct and honest with how we feel about what we're doing right now in terms of work. And that may be because you have this opportunity coming through and you just have to take it. For some of you, yeah, it could have to do with a situation with a family member, because of the Ten of Pentacles coming out, but this could also be relationship, right? But clearly you're dealing with somebody here who is needing some harsh truth, I think, with the Knight of Swords. And I think that, you know, you may be the one delivering it here, but if they are communicating to you, it's the way that they feel that's going to make you take a different look at what's going on. Now, yeah, there is a possibility that we could take an opportunity to rebuild stability here. And I do think that with the Ten of Pentacles, you're coming out here in a really good position. I mean, I think that you're going to be secure no matter what happens. But it's interesting to me seeing the Ten of Swords as hopes and fears. It always is. You know, because that's like, we know that we need to do something, but we don't want it to be that painful, and we're hoping that it won't be. But the truth is that something is going to have to end in a difficult way if we're wanting to get to a different type of ending where there's more security and stability. But you're going to have to take the opportunity to do that if you want growth in your life. And unfortunately, that may mean ending something with someone. And then the Hermit. So yeah, I think that a lot of you are going to decide to kind of like end a situation here and do things kind of like on your own. So with the Emperor here and looking at the Ace of Pentacles, I kind of look at this as, you know, the reason why we have this opportunity coming through is because we've gotten control over the chaos that has been going on. Now, sometimes, though, with the Emperor, we could be talking about another person that's maybe a little bit too rigid in their viewpoint and thinks that, you know, things have to happen this way. They may think that they know better. And that may have been a problem here, because with the Seven of Wands, this kind of looks like there's been, you know, some defensive communication between you and another person here when it comes to how we control a situation. Yeah, I think that the truth may hurt a little bit when it comes to feelings. But I think that maybe somebody is being a little bit too rigid in their emotions. But if we are accepting the truth of the way another person is feeling, then it's going to force us to look at things a little bit differently and stop looking at it like they're opposing everything that you say. There is a different way to get to stability. And then with the Hermit, though, I think that a lot of you kind of do, the very, very deep, like, soul searching here and looking at things from a very different point of view. My God, if I could talk right. When it comes to what is going to create stability and security for you and you alone, because that's more important right now. But I also think that the Hermit is kind of saying that maybe it's time for me to do things on my own because your version of control does not work for me. That's what I want to say. But I think that you have thought this through. But with the Queen of Wands, you're taking back control because that is, what you are faced with right now. But it's all in order for you to kind of like rebuild your life. And I look at this and think, you need to know that even if things end in a really difficult way, what you're doing is going to be something that is going to make you feel more successful, more accomplished in having that, world type of feeling where we have closure. Because I think that's what we're working toward here. Getting closure on an issue. Especially when it comes to somebody's emotions and the way that they feel. And not only that, but if somebody has been like too domineering with their viewpoint in family situations. And maybe now it's time to just kind of like go your own way. But things don't have to end that badly, right? It doesn't have to be that painful. Now, for some of you, it's just straight up that, you realize that it's probably going to end up being that way. And the fear there is that, it's going to be hard to get past. And again, breaking through to the other side of a situation here. And then, oh boy, focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. Yeah. So when I look at that card, I think of, needing to look at the good in everybody despite the fact that we deal with a lot of assholes. And I don't know how else to put that, like, seriously. It takes a lot to be able to see the good in a person when, they've done us wrong, right? So even though you have this spiritual connection with this person, you're going to have to focus on the good attributes here, but I think they deserve your honesty. Or at least, they should have enough respect for you to kind of like give you the truth. In terms of the way that they're feeling, the way that you're feeling, this could go either way here. But I think that Taurus, you are going to be moving into a place where you're going to have to take an opportunity that does not include another person here. But I think that what you're building is going to be something that is going to make you happy with the Four of Wands. It's not something that's going to be easy. But the thing is we can get closure on this situation without having to have things really, really bad.